Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Coonahan, does your office obtain any supplemental funding from other areas within HHS or CMS?
Sir, I'm not sure of the answer to that question. I need to respond back to you on that.
So you're not aware if there are any supplemental funds at all? Have you ever made a request for supplemental funding?
Sir, I have to get back to you with answers around supplemental funds.
Do you know if you have ever made a request for supplemental funding?
Sir, I am not, it is not coming to mind that I've made a request for supplemental funds, but I don't want to say anything that may not be true, so I please need to get back to you.
Sir, we are providing you with information that HHS provided us regarding transfers that were made last year, some $109 million that was transferred into program management to ensure that the CMS had operations of the marketplace to support what they are doing. Are you aware that this money was transferred to help marketplace operations?
Sir, I arrived in September of last year. I don't know the date or timing of when those requests or allocations may have been made.
Sir, I understand that, but you are the CEO.
My suspicion is before my time.
Okay, this is your area of responsibility. So you're not aware at all of where $109 million supplemental funding came from?
I am not aware of that specific supplemental fund that you've just referred to.
Well, let me ask you this way. Do you believe that it's appropriate for Healthcare.gov to receive money from the CDC?
Sir, I need to...
Well, it's there in front of you, provided by your own staff to us that took place. Do you believe it's appropriate for money to come from NIH for Healthcare.gov?
The issue of supplemental funds, Congressman, is unfamiliar to me, and I would need to respond back to you upon...
Well, sir, would you believe that it should not be a strange subject to you, seeing that this is the area that you're responsible for?
I accept full responsibility for my offices and for the exchange. I'm just unfamiliar with this issue of supplemental funding that you're referring to.
All right, sir. Are you familiar with Form 8962?
With that tax form?
The tax form, yes, sir.
I am.
Okay. CBS News referred to this as a mind-boggling form. Were you in any way responsible or helpful, if we can put it that way, to the IRS for this form and the information that's on it?
The creation of IRS forms is not in my ballywork.
But according to your testimony, you worked closely with the IRS to provide information they needed to develop some of these forms. Is that correct?
Our offices are collaborative with a number of federal agencies. We were not, to my knowledge, involved in the design of Form 8962.
Well, sir, you are familiar with the form, though?
Yes, I am.
The premium tax credit
Yes,
form. Do you have a copy of it there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Just a simple, observation of this thing. This 2 pages, over 90 questions, just on 1 page alone, looking at this, sir. Let me ask you, just looking at that form, is this something that you believe, as a CEO here, that you could fill out yourself without some assistance?
This form, Congressman, is not a form that my office created. It's an IRS form. I know that there are directions for the form. We provide tools on Healthcare.gov to also assist in the completion and the use of the benchmark plan information that's used to complete that form. The 1095A form provides the information needed to complete that.
So you're saying you have nothing to do with this form. It certainly is not a simple form for an American to fill out, but it's necessary if they had any break during the year.
As I said, Congressman, not involved in creating IRS or Treasury forms.
Okay. The Associated Press said that consumer information has been shared with other companies. As people put in information with Healthcare.gov, that information has been shared with other companies. Are you aware of that information being shared?
We have shared no names, addresses, Social Security numbers, any personal information with any third parties.
You have not.
We have not.
Okay, well, the report is otherwise. Or is it appropriate for information to be shared?
I'll confirm, we have not shared any names, addresses, Social Security numbers, or any personal information. We will not do so. We have not done so, and we will not do so.
I yield. Thank you.
Gentleman's time.